So we are back with another episode of the Reddit reaction series, guys. The series where I go on the dreaded websites so that you don't have to. A lot of you guys seemed really pleased that I have brought this back. I was always planning to bring it back once we got closer to launch, but we are obviously getting pretty damn close now. So this is going to be a pretty regular series here on the channel. Sometimes every fortnight, sometimes just once a month. We'll see what happens. But in the lead up, while there's not so many guides and stuff to do, I thought I would do a few more of these. So let's not waste any time. Let's jump right into it. And as always, we've got it set to the top posts of the week. We're on r/Battlefield6 this week. We might on the next one go back to r/Battlefield just to get a bit more variety. But let's get stuck right into it. Now, the first post here says, devs don't listen to streamers. And we've got Nadeshot, who I'm a big fan of Nadeshot, but I'm pretty sure he's about to drop an absolute stinker opinion here. So let's give this a watch.
On
see what he has to
feel
say.
Like a military simulating game, and I don't know what they've done in the past, but Satya mentioned yesterday he can't wait to grind camos on like Battlefield 6. How does that work? Like, what camos did they have in the past? Because I know people don't like American Dad and fucking Roger the Alien.
Yeah, please don't put that shit
Call of Duty
in
servers,
this game,
but
man.
I love having like flames and ice coming out of my guns and shit like that. Kill me. I'm sorry, I don't know.
They definitely ain't gonna have that.
Yeah, you're not gonna have where you.
I feel like
Yeah,
even though there's a
can't
bit
wait
to go,
grind 10,000 kills for a blue tiger. Fucking
I feel like
camo
that's really
and
all we
shit.
need to know. Heavily disagree there with Nadeshot, and I will say I'm a huge Nadeshot fan. He's probably one of my favorite all-time creators and gamers, essentially. But he has obviously come from Call of Duty. If you guys know anything about Nadeshot, he's a former pro COD player. And although I really do like his content and generally really agree with his opinions, I heavily disagree with that. I guess I should listen to the rest of it just in case he like clarifies.
Yeah, it's
I've
more
had
like
that for 20 years. Everybody's got a really strong opinion on that, and if I'm a Battlefield player or if I'm grinding this game, I'm gonna be disappointed because of basic camos. And again, if this gets clipped out somewhere, I'm sorry for having the COD rot brain. I get there are some skins that they started making AI generated operators on COD, and some of it looks fucky, but I really like a vast level of customization, and I like, you know, fictional shit. It doesn't make the game feel any better or different. It just makes it, I don't know.
Yeah, like, still heavily disagree at the end of the day. That's why I like Nadeshot though, because he's pretty much admitting like he knows he's kind of in the minority there. But I do agree with this take. Don't listen to or I wouldn't say don't listen to streamers. I think that all streamers get thrown in to the same, like under the same umbrella, essentially. And yeah, I wouldn't say don't listen to all streamers, because half the reason that you guys have got a good Battlefield is because the old school Battlefield creators actually kind of roasted the absolute fuck out of DICE to the point that they really listened. So I wouldn't say don't listen to all streamers, but I definitely would agree do not listen to that take, because I don't want to see that shit in this Battlefield. And that comes from someone who I generally do enjoy customization, and like when it gets a little bit out there, I'm actually not opposed to that, but I think this one should stay grounded. Eventually, I'm sure it's going to not be that grounded, because they're going to have to eventually do some more out there stuff. You can't just do like real military camos, I don't think, not in this day and age. So anyway, it'll be interesting to see how that all pans out, but I definitely don't want to see the shit that they're doing in Call of Duty, that's for sure. The next post here says, we want this back. And that is, what is that? Wake Island, the classic. I would love Wake Island to come back, actually. That would be phenomenal. And it's got a good track record. Like, it's been in so many Battlefields now that I feel like it probably will make it to this one, considering they're already doing Operation Firestorm, and we know that there's a few more that are cooking as well. So I wouldn't be shocked to see Wake Island again. It's probably not at the very top of my priority list just because we've had it a few times now, but it is a bit of a fan favorite. And I think for Breakthrough especially, that whole like sort of pushing around the island, man, it's so much fun. Definitely would love to see them bring that back. Medics are the true heroes of Battlefield 6. Already miss playing this so much. That is beyond loud. Holy shit, that looked dope. This is I'm definitely getting copyright here, aren't I? This is from Black Hawk Down. That looked sick. That looks just straight out of a movie, man. Holy fuck. And the dive. Oh, man. I'm having withdrawals at this point, boys. I seriously need to play Battlefield 6 again, or I'm going to lose my shit. Oh, a bit of a hot take here. Bring back Battlefield 5 fortification system. I'm not going to lie. I would love that. I have loved a lot of sort of implementations that DICE have done over the years that a lot of people don't love. The fortification system, for one, I personally really liked it. I don't think it's like necessary. I don't think if it's not in the game, I'm going to cry about it, but I thought it was really good personally. I think it adds just a little extra to the game, and it can also make it feel a little bit more like you're in an actual war, being able to like hunker down and put sandbags there and stuff. I thought it was cool. It is maybe a little bit like gimmicky. I understand that. I think that's why a lot of people don't like it, because it's a little bit unrealistic, and I know that for some reason the Battlefield community is like so adamant that this is some sort of military like tactical simulator. It's not. Battlefield has never been that. It's always been an arcade shooter, but I don't know. I would love to see this back. Same with like the behemoth system and stuff. A lot of people don't like it, and I do see some of the downsides to that. But man, I would love. I've been saying that for a while actually, and I said it with 2042. I think that the fortification system was good enough that it should have just been a mainstay and sort of stuck around. Unfortunately, I don't think they'll ever add it again, but it would be cool to see. I think we have another clip here. So glad DICE didn't listen to streamers. This is from Swag. What's he said?
Ruined Battlefield. It's only going to create an ecosystem of just a lot of different playstyles, which is awesome. Super entertaining. People are going to want to make content. People are going to want to stream the game, and it overall helps everyone. And one thing I kind of noticed is this weekend, you can kind of tell that certain players are really pushing the envelope on how far you can really take Battlefield mechanics in the game.
Is he talking about the
and
movement?
I think a lot of the people aren't liking it because they're kind of showing that, yo, you can really do this. They don't like seeing the movement clips because they're afraid that other players are going to adapt to that sort of movement. Well, I'm going to be honest with you guys. You guys got to adapt. It's just going to happen.
Yeah, like I'm not even going to bother watching the rest of that. I feel as though the movement to me felt fine. The actual dodgy shit of like bouncing out of windows and pulling a parachute, delete that. That's not people. I see so many. It's not just streamers, just like people in general acting as though that like is meant to be there, and it's such a great skill curve to the game and stuff. When shit is clearly broken, fix it, obviously. I'm also not fully the other direction where I'm like, no, nerf the movement. I want like a slow shooter. That's not the case. I think that the movement actually felt really, really good in the beta. It's fluid. It's still pretty quick, but it's also grounded, and I think that's how it should be. And to me, kind of all of the debates around the movement are almost pointless to me, because I think it's just in a good spot, and the fact people are sooking about it one way or the other, personally, I just disagree with both. I think it's just fine how it is, and everyone should just like stop complaining personally, but that's just my take on it. Swag is another dude. He's much more of like a sweaty boy compared to Nadeshot, and he's from the Call of Duty community as well, so I think a lot of people are just gonna not appreciate his opinion, and personally I also just again disagree with that. Jumping out windows and pulling your chute from bouncing out of it, it's different. Like being able to move quickly is not the same as being able to do broken stuff. I think that's the main issue, and they seem to have fixed that with the movement changes that they talked about. And beyond that, I don't know why this is even still a conversation personally. Do you think squad reinforcements should come back to Battlefield 6? This is another thing from Battlefield 5 that I love. And yes, please bring this back. I think that's one of the main things I don't like about Battlefield 6 is that the actual squad play doesn't feel... It feels like there's no real point in like giving orders, and I don't even half the time know who is actually the squad leader and stuff. And I think having a clear squad leader who gives the orders, who's able to call in these, you know, the airstrikes and stuff like we had in Battlefield 5, I thought that was great. Maybe if they don't want like the V1 or V2 rockets, or whatever they were called, and more like overpowered stuff like that, just don't have that big of a thing in there. Don't have something that can kill 20 people at once. I'm fine with that, but calling in smoke, or even just calling in like a care package that has more ammo or whatever, I don't know, I just thought that was really well done. It never felt like an issue to me, even with the V2 rockets. I personally thought that was sick. Whenever you hear one of those coming into the map, everyone stops and looks up and goes, oh shit, somewhere is about to get deleted. And I thought that was cool personally. I know a lot of people didn't love that, like sometimes you can't escape it, but to me that's just part of the chaos of Battlefield. And yeah, that's another thing. I think Battlefield 5 did a lot of stuff really good, man. I think I get that there's the whole meme of like perhaps we treated the last Battlefield too harshly. We didn't treat 2042 too harshly, but I do genuinely believe we treated Battlefield 5 a little bit harsh, because although there was a lot wrong with it for sure, don't get me wrong, there was a lot of really, really good stuff that yeah, I would love to see this come back to Battlefield 6. Again, I don't think it will, but I think that would be a lot of fun to see in Battlefield 6, and I think it would really suit that game as well. So hopefully in the future, but yeah, unfortunately I doubt it. The first skins in the shop should be some from Battlefield 3 and 4 as legacy-like skins. Thoughts? I do like these. I do like bringing back stuff from Battlefield 4. Like that right there, I mean, kind of all of them, but that one specifically just does remind me, even a little bit more maybe of Battlefield 3 that reminds me of. But yeah, I mean, these are the type of skins I would love to see. The thing is, how long can they do this and people want to spend money on it? I think that's the main issue here, that these skins are cool. Am I going to drop 20 bucks on them and then in another month there's like a slightly different color, like these bottom ones where I go, oh yeah, I want to spend another 20 bucks for that? I don't know if that will pan out the way that we all kind of hope it will. I don't think these will sell as well as they probably need to, and that's where I'm slightly concerned that in the future they're gonna bring in some more like out there stuff. My thing on the skins and the cosmetics is just, I'm fine with them being a little bit wackier as long as they're still like suit the military, if that makes sense. So like the shit in Warzone or COD in general, where there's like American Dad and like the Ninja Turtles and now Beavis and Butthead, like what the actual fuck are we doing? That is not in line with Call of Duty whatsoever. Whereas some of the stuff, for example, in 2042, it's a little bit out there and it is a little bit, maybe a bit futuristic or a bit like on the edge of being kind of wacky, but it still feels military. And that sort of stuff I'm actually fine with, as long as it's not like too out there, then I'm completely fine with it. So yeah, I don't know, but this sort of stuff I would love to see. It's just whether it sells is the thing, because if these don't sell, and if you guys are really adamant that you want the game to be like that, you need to speak with your wallet, because if you guys never buy any of those skins, they're just never going to do them again and we're gonna get wacky shit. So if you're like adamantly in the camp of yes, give us this sort of skin, you do unfortunately need to kind of buy something, because otherwise they're never gonna stick with it. We do unfortunately have to speak with our wallets, and that's just how gaming is these days. That's exactly my face right now, trying to unlock all the challenges for Battlefield 6 in 2042. I'm not gonna lie guys, I have given up. I'm not playing that game for that long to get all, like, I've seen people that stream that game all day every day and they're like a third of the way through the battle pass. Like, there's no chance I'm getting it done. I'm not submitting myself to torture for the rest of, you know, in the next 6 weeks or so. I've just given up. I've just kind of given up hope that I'm not going to get those skins, unfortunately, even though they look sick, but I just don't think I can do it. I've endured enough 2042, and I enjoyed it for the most part, but it burned me out at the end there, and I don't think I can do it, guys. I don't think I can get those skins. And we're going to end it here, because this I 100% agree with, and I need to stop myself from ranting. The menu and the UI in general in Battlefield 6 is an abomination, in my opinion. It is so bad. What happened to just having the menu like options over on the left, and you can have all this stuff on the right? You can sell me shit in your store over here on the right, I don't care. But the whole like Netflix tile shit where you scroll down and then you scroll across to the modes, it's so unintuitive. It looks so disgusting on my screen. And it's just adds confusion. This is just so much easier. You click multiplayer, then it's just got the next menu, and it has like the options, so you can have quick play, server browser, your stats, the settings, all that shit. It was just so much better, man. I don't know what has happened to make all of these studios. It's not just Battlefield. It's like Call of Duty started that. There's so many other games that do it now. Go back, revert, please, to this, because this was so much better. There's not a single issue with it, so I don't know why they ever changed from it. And that would genuinely, to me, make a huge difference if they actually went back to how it used to be back in the day. But that is going to do it for another episode of the Reddit reaction series, guys. I'm keen to hear your thoughts on all the stuff we touched on throughout the video, so be sure to leave a comment down below. But with that being said, thank you all very much for watching. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you all out there on the battlefield.